Howdy, y'all. I am Seth Series. I'm here joined with someone different this week. New Challenger Zone Kiza is very out of town this week, so we're gonna be doing a little bit of a different format this week. As y'all know, this is the Capcom Cup Finals this week, so we're gonna be looking at a bunch of different replays from over the year. I'm actually pulling up our playlist right now that I set up in advance, and we're just gonna
Yeah, he does. Actually, I think Punk has.
get this set up. And thank you all very much. This is the first time I've done this solo. While I set this up and fix the technical side, I have a guest with me this week. Kiza's out. Go ahead and introduce yourself, friend.
Hey, I'm Ken Starr. I'm a coach down at the NCH Discord, Mika player, and I was here to do this.
Yeah, so Ken is going to be helping me out this week. We're going to be checking out a bunch of replays from this year's Pro Tour. First one I pulled up is pretty recent. This is from the this one is from the Red Bull Battlegrounds. We're gonna look at Justin Wong versus Idom, or as I like to call it, Six Scoops. So, Ken, you got everything? Can you see everything all right?
Yep, I'm good on my end.
All right, let's get started.
Beto just outside of it in Super Turbo.
I'm gonna kill the commentary so that way there's,
A man with a
Up
very
there.
stoic-
that way we've not got any chaff here. So let's go ahead and just, there we go. All right.
Okay. Oof.
So one of the things we can definitely go ahead and see here is so this dash up sunset wheel is super fake. The reason I'm kind of showing off this matchup is because Idom gets away with a lot of it. Idom's allowed to get away with a good chunk of just general online Laura tricks because Justin Wong doesn't know how to fight this character.
Yeah, I feel like Laura's definitely one of the more prevalent characters in terms of fake stuff. People just never learn matchup for whatever reason. Kareen too, to some extent, especially with her V trigger. I think that I mean, I haven't seen this match. I don't know how well she or Justin gets away with that kind of stuff here. But yeah, a lot of that in this match.
Yeah, so I'm going to go back and kind of close it on this because this is just, I want to show off some of this. So what we've got right here is just kind of, we see the Karen Pope game, we see kind of the pressure, Justin's trying to get back, but we're not seeing very many anti-airs, and Laura jump-ins are 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
So right there we saw just kind of a little bit of Idom's incredible movement with Laura, moving back and forth with that anti-air. So we're going to go in the second round here and just block
He seems to be a little reluctant to be spending the meter, especially for those anti-airs.
Yeah.
That would really be helpful.
And Idom is just capitalizing on it. It's very abundantly clear that it is abundantly clear that they do not know this matchup.
Yeah, not many Lauras around.
And the ones who are either really bad or incredibly good.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah.
Very abundantly clear that
Yeah, I don't think did Justin spend any meter in that match?
no, he just kind of sat there and took it.
That's very strange. Especially even for anti-airs or just being pressured, that EXDP would have been really helpful. Oof, nice interrupt there.
All right. So a lot of this match we've seen Justin Wong try to control space just because he doesn't. He'd rather just not fight Laura in. He doesn't want to deal with any of the pressure. He doesn't want to deal with any of the grabs. He doesn't want to deal with 50-50s. But
Yeah, he isn't challenging the pressure at all. He's just kind of blocking until it's over.
he's blocking until he gets opened up because we just. So let's go back right here. So we just kind of saw that. we're seeing these +3 moves. Yeah, so +3 immediate overhead to open him up. We're seeing
Yeah, he could have interrupted that fireball start up there. Got something off of that at least.
Definitely. So we're seeing Justin kind of fight back a little bit here, but like they're at that point, like especially I'm gonna kind of go back, like we see this, we see him kind of get him off. And it's definitely there like Justin didn't feel comfortable spinning the meter, but like right here, we've got Laura just doing 3 jumps in a row, kind of just challenging Justin to anti-air.
Yeah, he definitely after he knocked Laura down, he just kind of backed off too. He could have probably. I'm not familiar with Kareen's Oki that well, but I'm sure he could have gotten something off of that. But he didn't.
She has things to do that she can start from it.
Yeah.
So we're seeing here just kind of safe pressure strings from Idom.
Was that he just did the normal fireball a second ago? Is that even real?
So there are ways to make it safe.
Okay.
You can do, I think it's like crouching medium punch, and then medium punch to continue your pressure. You also get, so you can do like standing medium punch, crouching medium punch, heavy bolt, or not heavy bolt, but heavy clap, and get something off that. But on like it's just
okay. He's getting a little more aggressive now. So, still, I don't think he's spent any meter at all.
So
Justin, I mean.
So, like, let's go back here, because I want to show this off, because, like, especially this final round. So, like, right here, we're seeing the challenges, and we're actually seeing Justin control the space a little bit better. But so, like, right there, so this is fake. This is incredibly fake.
Yeah.
I believe Karen's got a 3-frame jab, so that could have been checked.
Even then, I don't think it's. Does it have to be a 3? I think 4-frame. She's minus.
Yeah.
She's pretty minus there, I think.
It's not a real meaty.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, let's
and
see.
There's the standing medium kick into the pop.
Yeah.
So what do we think about that set? How do we feel on that?
I think Justin didn't know what he was doing. I think he doesn't know the matchup. I mean, obviously he's a great player, but yeah, this seems just like he's scared to go in because he doesn't know how to deal with what Laura does.
Oh yeah. So I think this is the set. We've not got a whole lot of time left in this match. I think this is the 6 sunset wheel set.
Oof. Well, there's one.
There's 1, 2.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. No. You know what? I did see this match. Yeah,
3.
I remember that. Yeah.
4. 5. 6.
Good lord.
So like, let's just go back and we're gonna point out how many of those are fake.
I think every single one of them, right? Outside of that long start or whatever, slow rise.
Yeah. So 1. So that's kind of that's a tick throw. So that's fake. That's fake. That's not actually. That's fine. That one's fine.
Yeah.
That's fake.
That's fake though. Yeah.
That's fake.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's half of those. Can you backdash out of those?
You can actually.
Okay.
Those can definitely be backdashed. If the player thinks that you are, if I think that it's coming out, I'll usually throw a standing medium punch or a standing heavy punch to keep it going, and then get that fat crush counter. All right, so we got that one. Before we go to this next one, what's your thoughts?
That was definitely 100% just matchup and experience. I mean, yeah, good lores in the U.S. There's Wolfcrone, Idom. Who else? You know,
Gustavo.
Gustavo. Okay. Not many, not many. And I don't think he gets. I think it's pretty clear that he doesn't get a chance to fight them very often.
I was gonna say it's abundantly clear. Like, I want to say that Strider is the only West Coast. I think Strider is the only West Coast Laura.
Yeah, Wolfcrone's Midwest. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Wolfcrone's Midwest or ATL, and I'm leaning more towards the latter.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this next set is real fun one. This is Daigo versus Eita from E League.
All right.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I legit regret that I can't turn the commentary on for this one because this set is wonderful. So we're in there.
All right.
So a little bit of this is some of these changes that some of these things we're going to see here have changed because this is a pre-balance patch change. So we're definitely one of the things we're seeing here. Both of these players are controlling space really well. We saw Daigo challenge the run here with V-Trigger, and also challenge the, anti-air, the Kentatsu.
Yeah.
Like,
that ain't easy to do either.
It's not easy to do, but like in that situation, that was the best thing that Daigo could have. That's the best thing that Daigo could have done, because if that hit, Ken immediately, if I'm not mistaken, Ken's a plus on that.
Yeah.
So you gotta either determine whether or not you're gonna get grabbed, whether or not you're gonna get, whether or not the EXDP's coming out. There's a couple things that can happen there.
Ooh, all right.
All right, so
Ooh,
go. Yeah, so what we saw here. Let's go ahead and whoa. Okay, let's run that back a little bit, because a lot of things just happened there. So we're seeing Daigo use Guile's corner control, shuts down the run again, and from what we see here, we think Daigo kind of bets on having enough to chip out. Doesn't have enough, so Eita goes ahead and spins the full bar to kind of make do with what he can. So right there we see a meaty into big damage. Goes for the grab.
Ooh.
Gets shut down. Immediately opens with the with the heavy Tatsu. So Eita kind of plays a little bit different than most normal Kens. Like his style is.
That is only -2 in V-Trigger. Yeah.
Like Eita's style is insane. Like you see him like. If there's like a natural evolution to the kin mentality, it's Eita.
Yeah, that's interesting. Guile or Daigo's V reversal got blocked earlier. That's -2, but he was hitting buttons almost immediately afterwards, which is interesting playing against this kind of Ken, who would be quick to try to check that with like a Shoryuken or something.
Yeah, and we've seen like, especially later in the set, we're gonna see a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right.
Eita having the time of his life over here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get us right back into the set here. All right, so we're definitely seeing the fireball trap there. Daigo, and one thing, like, especially, I want to go back and like just kind of highlight this here. Look at Daigo's spacing on this. Like, look at how he. Look at how he's taking care of this. Like, he is covering all the ground that he can with these sets. Like we're seeing plus on block normals. We're seeing just like he's very much asserting that he is in control and that this is his space. One which is one of Guile's strengths. Like, one of the things you see is, like, especially kind of higher up online, and honestly, you kind of start seeing it in Gold. Like, you see Guiles who are, like, starting to understand how their space is controlled, especially with Guile's really good command normals.
Oh, for sure.
So, I want to kind of check out, I want to highlight this exchange, too. So, we've got right here. So, starts with Sonic Boom, immediately dashes up because Boom is plus on block.
Mm-hmm.
Closes space, blocks that. So, saw the jump in, Boom went out, and then went for the cross up. It was a little bit risky. I think he may have had Ada may have had enough time to get a DP out, but at that point, you know, we got to play the game of, does this correct properly?
Yeah.
So we see the side switch over there from Ada.
Beautiful.
Like right here. Pushes Daigo into the corner. Goes ahead. Thunder kick into EXDP. Gets the stun. Goes for max damage punish here. Switches sides. Tries to go for the mix-up. And then we see the incredibly good Kin poke BMB into EX Heavy Tatsu.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that was just Ada controlling the... He's controlling his Oki really well. He's controlling, like, the wake-up game.
He's maintaining his momentum very well, yeah.
And that's kind of the thing you see here is, like, this is very much kind of a match of unstoppable force versus immovable object.
Mm-hmm.
And just watching these two, like, react and respond to each other. So we're seeing here the poke with the back.
Ooh. That's rough.
Daigo made the hardest read and then paid, you know, paid a quarter or a third of his life for it.
Yeah.
And there's the confirm into Tatsu. Or confirm into... confirm into button check.
Yeah. Man, that barely killed, didn't it?
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah. I think I would have just gone for the stun, finished the Shoryuken off. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it was the end of the match, you know.
Yeah.
You got it, spend it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so... Starting it off again, Daigo with the boom pressure, and then immediately going into space control after the boom. Punishes the punishes the jump in. So here's one of the things where we're going to start to see, like, Ada's corner control is fantastic. We saw the start of the media. We saw that was whoa. I want to.
That was funky alteration there. Yeah.
That was some shenanigans. Let's go back and look at that. So, get the anti-air, gets thrown in the corner, spaced out, gets the knockdown after the Shoryuken, axe kick. It gets blocked. This was back before axe kick was -4. And then Daigo goes for the, you know, he goes for the jump in, misses the flash kick. Eita goes ahead and converts into the Tatsu just to connect. So this is big.
Boy.
This is just... These are both characters who... They're both characters with DPs. They're both characters who can hit hard if they spend the resources. We just saw Daigo, you know, turn that mistake into a third of life.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Drop the combo.
There's the media option. So, like, this is kind of like... I picked this set for a good reason. Like, Ada's Kin is really wild, but it's a very controlled wild. Like, you can kind of tell he's picking and choosing his moments, and, like, you know, we're already 2 games in. He's already kind of picked up on what Daigo's doing. He's kind of picking it up. So, like, the previous rounds, like, we've seen Daigo do kind of trying to check meaties, trying to check stuff. So, like, you know.
I mean, he's still using those runs and those DPs pretty freely.
Yeah. And he's noticed that because Daigo's not shutting them down. He's, you know, he's not baiting them. We're not seeing a whole lot. Like, we've only really seen, like, on both sides, we've only really seen one whiff DP from each player.
Yeah. Well, one punished whiff DP.
Or one big crush counter. So we're seeing Ada just using corner carry, gets a stun.
Very nice.
So, another part I kind of highlighted this set is like this set kind of shows what a 3 out of 5 set looks like. So normally this would be kind of the end game for that, but we still got a minimum of one more match.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So start up run pressure, into meaty, into corner carry.
Go. Finally baiting those out now.
Yeah. So like I said, this is the adaptation that comes from sets that are 3 out of 5. Like, you start to pick up on an opponent and see what you can do. So that's another thing we saw right there, just the Daigo's ability to convert. Like, we saw kind of that boom hit. Daigo immediately turned it into... Spent resources to do it, but used it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Ada with overhead.
That's a great conversion off of that anti-air a little bit ago before also. Yeah. Off of that Tatsu over the booms.
Yeah. So there we see it again, the crouching forward, or crouching medium punch, standing light kick, DP just for damage. Like, that is one of Ken's best, like, long range kind of poke combo.
Mm-hmm.
Daigo using the fireball trap again, only this time with Sonic Slash.
All right.
So, especially right there, both players are kind of wary of DPs at this point, so we didn't see any of Ada's kind of really messed up wake-up DPs.
Mm-hmm.
So, sweep, and then Daigo with the DP, and Ada lights him up for it, and Daigo kind of lights him right back up. Alright, so we're watching here, seeing... Oh.
Could be it, right?
This is an incredibly technical loop.
Oh.
So that guy went for the reset there and managed to, like... So what we saw there was we saw the reset, we saw Daigo kind of commit to it. He could have gotten the flash kick off that, but chose not to. Wanted to try to get the reset going to kind of lock down more damage, but in the end we saw a drop combo from Ada, or we saw a drop and Daigo punched it. So fireball trap again, Daigo using stand medium kick anti-air, getting the throw loops. Well, not throw loops, but he's definitely like making good use of kind of how good Guile's throws are.
Mm-hmm.
I think, let me go back and look at that, because I think he just punished the run with that throw.
I don't think that's real, is it?
I don't think that was real at all.
Yeah, that does not.
Like, Daigo should have gotten lit up for that, but... see, especially, like, we're at this point deep into the set, like, both of them are kind of expecting, you know, we saw Daigo bait that DP.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's seen Eita just run wild with DPs this game.
He's doing a couple more flash kicks of his own as well, which maybe Ada was trying to bait a flash kick out of that. I'm not sure.
It's very much possible.
Yeah.
Using plus on block for that button to get the throw going. So here we are, we're seeing Daigo just try his best to hold the corner. Alright. So I want to, before we go on to the next set, like, I want to show off just kind of this last corner scramble, because it's really important to, like, this corner scramble is really important to, like, just how to handle that situation. So look at the range that Daigo's kind of keeping himself at. Like, at any point he's at the place where where he's controlling the space. Like he can punish the jump ins with simple buttons. He can, so we saw that Hadoken. That's what Daigo was looking for. He's looking for that. He's looking for that. He's looking for the hit there.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So my next set is one that you're probably going to be a little bit more familiar with.
Oh, all right. I see Mika.
Yeah.
All
Brought a
right.
friend. So this is Fudo versus Itabashi Zangief. This is from Canada Cup.
Okay.
And then after this one, let's see, we've done... Let's put us at about 30 minutes. Both my next two sets are about 20 minutes, so when we're done here, I'll kind of let you pick the one that we finish with tonight.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So Ken, you're a Mika player, which is part of why I picked this set.
Yes.
So let's describe a little bit of what's going on. How do you feel about this matchup?
I think it's probably 6-4 for Zangief. I think he beats Mika, but not by a whole lot. People say it's really bad for her, and I disagree with that. I think she has tools that kind of even it out. Playing really flex heavy Geefs, you have tools to like counter that as Mika, like the clap breaks armor. And obviously her normals, her pokes, I think, are debatably a little better than his, outside of his crouching jab.
So that's what we're kind of seeing really early on, like especially. So
yeah.
So we've got about, I just want to look at this early part here. So like, what are we seeing here? Like, I just want to hear it from your perspective.
Well, I mean, so it's better for Mika. This is a very interesting matchup as two grapplers because it's ideally Mika is going to want to be right on top of the opponent, but in this matchup, it's kind of better to keep your distance. And in doing that, she has very good, her crouching light kick and her standing medium kick beat out a lot of what he's trying to do to get in. His pokes, his knee that he uses to hop. It just beats it out. Unfortunately, he has very good range on that grab.
Yeah.
But
especially we saw that one. We saw kind of we saw it again here. Itazan really likes the kind of for the command normal into SPD, like just because it extends the range, like it changes the range on how that throw works.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw the crush counter. We saw the failed throw.
Nice, the dash up throw, the classic.
Oh, we got another one. So is this real?
Yeah, that is extremely real. Yes, she can do that all day.
So how does
Very nice.
how does that work? Do we have a way to kind of shut that down? Do we have a way to work against that, or is just
It's invincible reversal, backdash, or jump. That's your way out of the brimstone loop. Yeah, it's a very scary situation to be in.
I was gonna say I'm very familiar with said situation.
Sorry.
Oh, it's not just you.
Okay.
So we're going back here and we're seeing a lot of the really kind of heavy poking game between these two. Like we're seeing Fudo control his space really well, just because he is terrified. Like he is terrified of those SPDs.
Yeah.
And Itazan's like one of the crazier Zangief players. Like he's playing a very I was gonna say he's playing a very, very kind of aggressive Geef. Like we're seeing the space control, but he's using that forward knee to get in. He's definitely definitely making there. So we saw him kind of misjudge the range, and how optimal was that? How we saw that SPD whiff. That punish.
That's I mean, if you're not going to want to spend V trigger or any meter, that's the best meterless punish you're going to get for her. But yeah, I think it's really interesting. He's definitely keeping Itazan at the range where, or poking him out of the range where if he jumps in, he's in perfect range to be anti-aired by Mika's anti-airs. And she doesn't have the best anti-airs, but she can make you, she can put you in the position where they would be useful.
But we're in the position where she's got EX wingless airplane, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
that's
a bummer.
That is a huge bummer.
Well, not much you can do there. Maybe if he EX wing list, it would have gotten him there, but I doubt it.
So we're seeing a lot of flexes. You know, Itazan has kind of realized that Fudo is poking a lot at him. So he's going for those flexes, trying to get that, trying to open him up. And we're seeing, looks like this round we're seeing Fudo try to take a little bit more of the initiative and get in and do damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, saw the Lady Mika, or that's what that is. That's the Lady Mika meaty, right?
Forward heavy punch? Yeah. Here we go. It's definitely it definitely goes out of Mika's favor as soon as Zangief has a life lead. The poking.
Zangief, I was gonna say Zangief has feels like he has more range buttons than Mika does that are safer for him to use.
Yeah. So when he's trying to get in, I think Mika has the advantage. But when he's keeping her out, I think he has the advantage there. There's not a whole lot you can do as Mika. You know, he has like Lariat's a very good just normal anti-air. And then on the ground, that crouching light punch will keep you out. It'll check your dashes. There's not a whole lot you can do there, and that's definitely where he wins the matchup, I think.
Okay, so this is the thing. So normally, I wanted to do this tonight because normally, like a lot of our newer replays are kind of picking apart and kind of, breaking down, newer player habits, kind of seeing holes, seeing what can be fixed. But like, I wanted to do this just so that we could kind of get an idea of like what high level play looks like and maybe explain some of these situations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I've got you here for this Mika set.
Oh yeah. Ooh, missed that whiff punish.
Because that's what we're seeing a lot of right now. It's just we're seeing a really poke heavy game, which is not common for these grapplers. Like, most grapplers do have good pokes, but like at a certain point, you want to get in, you want to start doing throws, you want to make them scared.
There we go.
Yeah, saw the Lady Mika into EX wingless airplane.
Now, isn't EX-SPD throw invincible, I think?
I believe so, because
I thought I just saw him do that and then get grabbed.
Let me look. I will pull it up.
Last match, yeah.
It may have caught him right at the end of it, but I'll verify.
I think she would have been in range, unless he went for the bear grab.
That's very possible. Like, they both have like the similar startup flash.
Okay.
EX crew pile driver. It's throw invincible on frames 1 to 6.
Okay, that's he must have gone for the bear grab then.
Yeah. So we see Itazan do what Itazan loves to do, which is wait for you to make a mistake and then hit you with the critical art. So what would have happened there if Itazan hadn't flexed the Nadeshko call?
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I forgot what happened. Can you go back to it?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm sorry, man. Okay.
Okay, so we're right here.
There. If he hadn't... Oh, if he hadn't done that... Okay, I thought you meant the V-skill.
Yeah.
If he hadn't V-reversaled, I mean, obviously you're super plus on block. I don't know exactly how, but Mika is extremely plus on block. Usually the only option you have is to just decide if you want to get thrown or hit. Because, you can't tech command grabs. If you jump or backdash, you're going to get counter or crush countered. Not crush countered if you jump, excuse me. But yeah, that's a very good situation for Mika to be in. Although I see a lot of people, including myself, it's very easy to bait out of your reversal there because they're scared of what'll happen if they don't. Yeah, Nadeshko's a very strong tool. And I noticed he isn't... I mean, he got the throw last time, and that helped. but last match he just did Nadeshko and then grabbed him, which is a real mix-up. Like everyone, they're gonna do the invincible thing or the grab to try to grab you before you can combo into that. So, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
I'll come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely like a lot of what we're seeing here is just these are both like they're both kind of unconventional grapplers, especially Itazan, but like especially like in a matchup where both of them don't want to be next to each other. Like the level of like pokes and just seeing them commit and seeing them do like this is what neutral looks like. This is kind of what the like when you hear us talk about footsies and talk about like what y'all should be looking at, like this is what that is.
Yeah, I feel like most of the damage outside of right now has just been done in pokes in this round or in this match. Excuse me.
And like, there are matches that are like that, and there are matchups that are like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm surprised he went in there.
Yeah, no, that could have been real bad.
Yeah,
because that could have been.
Mika's a lot quicker than him too. He could easily just outrun him the rest of the round.
Definitely. I mean, he ran risk of getting hit with the EX spinning pile driver too. There, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If he woke up with that, that's thrown into.
I'm seeing Fudo control space really well, especially with like some of these dash ups.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's waiting, he's seeing like the big whiffs and just capitalizing on them.
Ooh, nice.
And here it is. Like I want, like one thing I want you guys to pay attention to, especially like with where we were at. Like, look at how Fudo controls the corner. And he's letting himself kind of get walked back now. Ooh. That one only goes to 2 if it, That one only goes to 2 if it doesn't, if it's blocked, right?
What now? EXP? Oh, yeah. It doesn't go the whole thing through. But that's -10, yeah. That's a big, Yeah, right there. See, if you do the grab, you avoid the Nadeshko.
And there we just see Itazan kind of controlling the space and poking with Geef's crouching light punch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mika has a really hard time getting in on Zangief.
I feel like a lot of people, like especially against good Zangiefs, it's kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard to get in on Geef, especially if you're like Laura or Mika.
Mm-hmm.
Like Laura's
people with the tools. People with similar tool sets to Zangief, I think, have trouble against it. Wow. All right. Yeah.
Is EX Peach? Does it break armor?
No, he just ran out of hits there. Yeah.
I thought you got 3 and then it was done.
I think it was 3 normals and then 4th. But if he did the flex, the EX Peach has 1 hit of armor. So it would have won out against that. Oh, he didn't punish that. There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
And he still had a little bit of V-trigger in that too, so he just lost that because Fudo checked it.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised that Itabashi hasn't started baiting out the jumps. I feel like almost every time, anytime he's in range to be in an SPD, he does the back jump heavy kick. But he doesn't seem to have caught on to that.
Yeah, that entire match is kind of... There's a lot of weird stuff going on, but like that was very much a ground match. Like that was them... That was just them chilling on the ground, like playing, and you could fucking tell.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got enough time for one more.
All right.
I'm gonna let you choose.
Okay, what do we got?
I've got a Punk versus Snake Eyes set, Or I've got Wolf Crone versus Cool Kid.
Wolf Crone loses that, right?
Yeah, he does.
All right, I want to watch that one.
All right. So this is a very recent set. This is from Red Bull Last Chance Qualifier.
All right.
It's like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Now, Abigail, I compare a lot to Mika and how they work. I feel like he's just kind of the doubling down of Mika, where it's, you know, not a whole lot of defensive tools, but like once they get going, just I would say that they're similar in that they're both like big momentum characters.
So man,
yeah.
Give me a second. I'm gonna get a different video here that doesn't. This does not look very good.
What's wrong with it? What's up?
Just the video quality is lacking.
Oh, all right.
There we go. I think I got it in. Outside of potato quality. There we go. Abigail with that big goofy grin.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Teeth are too small for his head.
His head's too small for his body, so it makes sense.
I guess. Yeah.
So we're seeing Wolf Crone try to control the neutral here with fireballs and just getting open up. Like, we're seeing incredible spacing from Cool Kid right now. Like, I just want to highlight that. Let's turn back the clock. And, like, pay attention to how quick this match ends. May have went a little too far, but we'll get there. Getting hit with the Laura traps. Alright, so this is where we want to start. So I just want to watch at this corner control. Spaced it right, and it's just keeping the pressure on. Like, Laura, especially, like, Laura being cornered is kind of tricky. Because, like, she's got a 3-frame normal, but it's real stubby, and, like, especially if you're spacing it right, like, it's really her best option. She's got her medium, like, both of her mediums are stubby. So it's a tricky situation, and, like, she's got a stand medium kick, but it's -2, so she's immediately giving up pressure, which she doesn't want to do in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like people, I don't want to say underestimate Abigail, because I think everyone plays kind of afraid of him, but I think people underestimate the amount of, like, tools he has.
He's not a dumb character. He's actually got a lot going on. Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, just on top of having all the insane damage and whatnot, he can just convert off of so many things. He can, you know.
Yeah. So, like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got, like, he's a hit confirm machine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like, I want to show this off. So Wolf Crone kind of starts fighting out with some of the Laura stuff. Went for the standing reset. Guess he didn't have V trigger popped. So yeah, that was just step back, you know, whiff punish the throw, and just tear it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not a lot he can't punish, I don't think.
Yeah.
Just with all his range.
His buttons are slow, but, like, especially, you know, once you get in on him, it's a little bit easier because his buttons are really big and slow. You can kind of, like, I think his fastest move is like 5 frames.
Yeah, I think I think one of his crouching kicks is 4 frames or something.
Even then, like, his fastest light is 4 frames.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really struggles with defense, but offensively he's extremely good.
Okay, yeah. So, like, his standing light punch is 5 frames. His crouching light punch is 6 frames. Like, so we're seeing Crone kind of control space here. That was not optimal whatsoever. Okay, so I actually want to highlight that because it made me mad. So, like, that's not optimal whatsoever. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure what he was going for.
Like, Wolf Crone he got the kill, and I guess he just didn't want to spend meter. But especially against Abigail, he probably could have done full charge, thunderclap, standing forward punch, or forward heavy punch into heavy bolt and gotten the kill there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're seeing, right now we're seeing Cool Kid just control, like he's putting Crone in a box and just keeping it going.
Yeah, there's just so little you can do. And not like every situation, I feel like Abigail, you jump out of the grab or you jump out of whatever buttons he's hitting, and he has an anti-air that he can convert into like 300 damage off of.
And what we saw right there, like Wolf Crone was trying to use that fireball to make Cool Kid afraid, but like that overhead is super unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
Now some of this AE stuff that I'm seeing is maybe that's gonna change. In fact, that's gonna change really soon. But that thing is like, I think this thing's like -7. Like you can light that
V skill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is that not going to be unsafe in AE?
So if it hits meaty, it's -3 now.
Okay.
And you can hit it meaty on a lot of things. She has intentional setups that make it hit meaty.
All right. So, -3 though, some people can still punish that.
Yeah. So like against 4-framers, you can just go wild.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, just get the knee nerf though. That's all I really cared about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna force people to use her actual good buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh my god, yeah.
From what it
he just reaches so far.
He really does. Like, you he's a character that's got to have really good timing. It takes training with him, but he whiff punches like a machine.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a lot of this is still fake, I think, even for Abigail. Like, we're seeing Wolf Crone do a lot of, ooh, here it comes. We're seeing Wolf Crone do a lot of fake stuff here. Mm-hmm. Like, we're seeing dash ups, we're seeing a bunch of stuff, and, like, it's just not cutting it with where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Cool Kid knows this matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that's one of Abigail's strengths right now, too, is just similarly to how, what was that match at the beginning? Justin, yeah. Similar to that. I think Wolf Crone just doesn't know how to deal with his character.
Yeah. And so, I thought about pulling the follow-up for this set, and I may save it for another occasion. But, like, so, there's another set where Cool Kid plays 801 Strider, who does know the matchup,
mm-hmm.
and gets picked apart.
Yeah. Yeah, once you're on top Abigail, he kind of just dies. Yeah.
That's especially at the point, too, where, there's especially the fact that just, like, Laura can do some stuff, and 801 Strider also doesn't. 801 Strider doesn't play Laura like everyone else plays Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's very patient, he's very, like, calm and calculated, like, everything he does is... Like, he plays incredible footsies with that character.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, so this is where, like, at this point, like, especially in this matchup, I really feel like Cool Kid has kind of gotten wise to the fact that Wolf Crone doesn't know this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just starts kind of... That's when we start seeing, like, the full charge armor-breaking moves.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's, like, usually character-specific. What would Laura want to do in that situation?
She could most likely just jump.
Okay. And she wouldn't get tagged by the crouching one at all?
I think she would come down in time to dodge it. I haven't tested it myself, but I can.
Okay.
I mean, that's it. I would... She could probably go ahead and shut it down fast enough if she wanted to. Like, especially at the range they were at, she probably could have popped, She probably could have checked it, I think. Or actually, no, I think those... I'm pretty sure those may have armor.
The charge punches do, yeah.
Yeah, so really the only thing she could do is duck. Or not duck, jump and time it right.
She can't, like, command grab out of it or anything?
It depends on... If he's right on top of her, it's possible.
Yeah, that's what I do with Mika. Depending on the spacing, I either do a command grab or clap him out of the armor.
Mm. Yeah, Laura doesn't have anything that breaks armor.
Yeah, she doesn't really have any multi-hit things outside of her fireball either. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
mean no, I think that goes through fireballs, and I think that's the fireball reflect.
Oh, the back was he doing the heavy? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't even work. Yeah.
Like, just there it is again. Just he is not. Like I said, I think it's especially this set where Cool Kid has kind of gotten wise to the fact that Wolfcrow just does not know this matchup, and just starts taking him to task for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, Cool Kid, I noticed, because I just remember this set, I noticed he went for that, like, side switch jumping medium kick. I don't know what that is, if it's a cross-up fake or...
I think that might actually cross up.
I think it does, but, like, Wolfcrone, I feel like he just did not get wise to Wolf not quick rising. Because I noticed it didn't work a lot of the time. I mean, he still ended up winning, so whatever, but...
Yeah. So, gonna fast forward through all this, because Wolfcrone is, how you say, of poor sport.
Yeah.
So we're back in it. So one of the things we're seeing here is Wolfcrone is like staying a little bit out at the start. He opened up with the standing heavy kick to get the got the crush counter going. Standing heavy kick, medium bolt, and then split river. So like we're definitely seeing him try to play the range game, which I don't think is a good idea in this matchup. Like, especially because like we saw it, like Cool Kid just sniped him.
Mm-hmm.
Just here it is, spins the meter, just ends it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was one combo. There's a stun in that, but still, like that kind of that's more damage scaling. So we're seeing it here, like, and it's something Wolfcrone hasn't really picked up on. Like, Cool Kid is doing a lot of sweeps.
Mm-hmm.
Abigail's sweep is that big goofy roll that hits twice. So we're seeing Wolfcrone here, especially like try to start using his movement, and it's just not working.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. 8th armor, just disrespecting it.
Ooh, got that double there.
Now that was a no stun combo. He just did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right there again. You have to really be aware of how many hits you're working with.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got, I believe, 4 hits of armor on that run.
Yeah, and that's only the best clap will do is 3.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many does EX clap have?
EX clap is still 3.
Oh, okay.
EX clap is basically, it's got a couple different properties that allow her to get combo potential, but like EX clap is just you spend meter to get the charge.
Okay.
Abby. So we're just seeing it, like seeing Cool Kid just kind of like not respect the ranges, like just his spacing's really good, and just they're. So that was 2 messed up. That was 2 mistakes, and Cronus
keeps going for that. Yeah.
Yeah, Crone's already lost like 2/3 of his life bar.
Mm-hmm.
2 clap, and this will probably kill.
Even if he blocked, there's nothing he could have done. I don't think.
Yeah,
it's non-blockable.
like that was set up in just the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, Crone didn't rise. He was going to eat that no matter what.
Yeah, he's super determined to keep going for the as well, despite them not really paying off a whole lot. He's getting punished on most of either the startup or he getting them flicked back at him.
All right. So Wolf Crone finally started to adapt towards this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like he doesn't know what range to fight Abigail at. He seems to just be jumping around, but trying to pressure him and like keeping him out. And he isn't really finding his footing in either of them.
He's really not. Like, you know, we've said a lot that Crone doesn't know this matchup. Crone really does not know this matchup. And you can just see, like, Crone is shook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Crone is uncomfortable. He is not happy. Like, he is upset. Like, and he's not taking a single one of these games.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get where he's coming from. He keeps throwing different things at him and nothing's working. I don't know how well Cool Kid knows the matchup. I don't know if he's got like people really good lores at his scene or whatever. But he seems to just be able to counter whatever Crone's throwing at him without much problem.
He has some Laura matchup knowledge. Like, I don't think he could. He knows a little bit too, and he knows enough to stop some of the fake stuff that Crone is just trying to get away with.
Okay.
Like, you can definitely see that. Like, he's shutting down a lot of the fake setup, shutting down a lot of the stuff is just like not real. Like, Crone took a second. Crone just was not ready for that.
Yeah, I feel like versus Abigail, especially, the more that the Abigail knows your character, the worse off. Like, compared to other characters. I mean, obviously, it's good to know the other character, who you're playing. But especially as him, he just has so many ways to counter things. He just has so many options offensively that.
And the thing here is, like, Cool Kid isn't even playing a very, like, mechanically. He's not playing like a very, like. He's not playing a complicated game.
Yeah. He's just going in and doing his thing, and Wolf Crone doesn't know how to.
Like, he's playing his space, he's using his range, and just tearing it up. Here it goes.
Oof.
He's dead.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the thing you've got to understand when you're fighting, like, Abigail, is, like, people get mad because Laura can burst damage like no one's business. Abigail can do some damage.
Yeah.
Like, Abigail does not care.
He can do consistently good damage in nearly every scenario to hit as well.
Like, he can hit he has the ability to hit confirm to like 40% of your life.
Yeah.
That's not looking good for Crone. Like, we both know the way this ends, but just like Crone's got an uphill battle. You kind of see him. He's panicking. He is spending that resources. Like, and what he just did was incredibly unsafe.
Taking some big risks. He just needs anything at this point.
He's just trying to get. I can tell you what he's thinking. Ooh.
Oof. Yeah, it was over right there.
Yeah.
My God.
But, you know, so what was the takeaway from that other than make sure you know the matchup?
I mean, that's the whole match right here,
Yeah.
I think. I didn't really get to see any other errors because they were kind of overshadowed by the fact that he just had no clue what to do the entire time.
Overshadowed by immediately 50% damage.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think maybe I think Crone relies a bit too much on fake stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Crone, like, and especially like later in the season, like where a lot of people have had to adapt or die in that matchup. Like,
mm-hmm.
Crone's game plan is not acceptable.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a bit shocking that I mean, yeah, he's not like Ada where he's taking like the calculated risks. He's just doing
he's just doing it to do it.
Yes.
He's just doing it.
And that's where he's getting, you know, that's where he's getting hit. That's where he's making all his mistakes. That's where he's taking all his damage.
Yeah. And especially against someone like who definitely like, you know, Cool Kid knows his matchup. Or he knows just enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, combine that with the fact that he picked up very early on that Wolf Crone does not know this matchup. Like, he just ran, like, he's 6-0 to Wolf Crone. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all. This week was kind of a bit of a ramshackle production. Kizza was out of town. I had like 2 days to prepare. So thank y'all for putting up with us. Ken, thank you for coming by. I am really wanting to set up some more guests along the way, especially because like both Kizza and I come from very similar character archetypes. So we're always, you know, we gotta work some stuff out. I gotta learn to do this a little bit better. But thank y'all for coming back and seeing with us. Thank y'all for coming, saying hi. Kizza, where can we find you?
Say Kizza?
Or Kenstar, where can we find you?
Oh man. New Challenger Discord, I guess. Ping me there.
Alright.
I don't know, man. Sorry. I don't have a lot.
Hey man, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to promote yourself if you had anything. But anyway, so if you guys have any replays, feel free to DM them to me or the Kizza on the Discord. Feel free to email us at nch.beginnerbreakdowns@gmail.com. And with that, you know, have a good night, everybody.